what's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshaw in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
Fellas, coming to you from Hall Fast Media in Newport Beach, this is Missin Curfew. Obes, the up dog, and in studio for the first time, Richie fella. How we doing, bud?
Good. It feels very good to be here, buddy. It's been too long.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been too long since we've seen each other, but it's been too long since you've been in the studio. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. It's been a hard couple days with the big fella. He pushed me in my limits, but we had a good time.
Yeah, it's been fun. We played Pelican North yesterday, and then I took the boys out to Big Canyon on Sunday. Nice. It's great. We had Beecher and the Wiz. They loved it. They loved the Wiz and Beecher. Like, they're the two best caddies we've ever had.
And our course is playing good right now, by the way.
It's really good.
Greens are good.
It's really good.
I would say.
Greens are great. Everything on cover.
This time of year, we usually get like brown kind of grass. Like everything's kind of doesn't know whether it's in or it's out.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you gave me an opening, I made probably 150 feet of putts out there. You know, the greens are rolling.
I've never seen a guy putt like this in my life. It's unbelievable.
I went back to that old TaylorMade Spider 3/4 fucking got good weight to it.
And you're rolling them in like it was nothing. Just pick them up, go to the hole, pick it up. But next, boys, here we go.
Yeah, but I wasn't doing that at Pelican Hill on Monday. I'll tell you, those greens are tricky, man. I don't know the last time you've played there, but they're fucking tricky with everything breaks to the ocean, and they're really like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not grainy, but they're subtle little breaks that you like.
Yeah.
Like every putt I hit in the front nine, I'm like, yeah. No, they're just like, I'm like, that would
great
left.
track though.
Great track.
Awesome track.
Did they tell you where the first tee is again? When you
No, they never did that.
It just used to drive me nuts. We'd play there 3-4 times a week for 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Every time you get there, the guy at the front, or the caddy guy, would just look at you. He's like, "Do you know where the first tee is?" I'm like, "Buddy, you know,
We just played yesterday, right?
we come here after our workouts 4 times a week for the last 4 years. Like, you just have a little touch, man.
We'll be able to find it.
We're not like the fucking casual like gabber.
Yeah, I actually was thinking about you because I showed up to his buddy bailed out. It was one buddy, Cody, right? No, Cody played. Cody's a beauty.
No,
Robbie bailed out. So Richie's on whatever Sundays. Like, you're playing tomorrow, and I'm like, He's like, you're fucking playing, you know. So, anyways, I get up, I get there, and all I want is some kind of sando, right? I go to Big Canyon to grab my wrenches. There's no fucking breakfast sandos or breakfast wraps on Monday. So right away, I'm like, well, that's a mistake, boys. I don't care what day it is. There should be a couple of sausage and eggers in the, the little the heater there. Like, fuck, guys need a quick breakfast on a Monday sometimes. So I get there, I'm up against it. Richie's like, the boys paid for you, come outside the pro shop, and the cart girl comes around, right? And I'm like, can I get a turkey sandwich? She's like, no sandwiches on here, just snacks. And I was like, oh, fuck, this reminds me of back in the day, playing with Uppy and Loops, and Uppy would be like, after working out, he's like, I can't play, boys. I'm fucking out of here. Are you kidding me? I'm fucking starving, boys. I'm fucking out of here. And then Richie goes, well, we'll get a dog at the turn. I go, bad news.
Go turn.
No turn.
Yeah.
You're fucking in one.
Out of the north.
But I'll tell you what Obes did do. He set the record yesterday for most beef jerky eaten in around. Three bags of beef jerky and one round of golf.
I did bag down a lot of beef jerky, Gatorade, G2s. These beauties were fucking getting after it, drinking Fireball, and they're like, you're not drinking? I said, boys, if I start, I'm not going to stop. Like, you know what I mean? It would have been right back into one, and I just couldn't afford to do it physically, mentally.
Is this a group of guys from Pine Canyon?
Yeah, they're all my Pine Canyons lords.
You went to Vegas with for the day trip?
Yeah. So they're awesome.
Yeah.
Great crew.
Oh, yeah.
Great crew. Johnny boy at a time.
Johnny's the man.
Johnny's the man. Yeah.
Good Tennessee guy. Grew up in Franklin, Tennessee. Has a car dealership. What's it called? Luxury
Auto Collection out with Scottsdale.
Yeah, and his old man was a rock star, right?
Yep. Got a great documentary out on Netflix right now.
What was it called again?
Road to Redemption.
Yeah. I'm like, I go to Johnny, you in it? He's a little bit. And I said, how's your dad's lifestyle now? He's like, a lot different than it was back in the day, I'll tell you. But he said his dad was just a legend.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He said he just sold an $800,000 Lamborghini to somebody in Miami, and then he got there, and what didn't work? And he's like, the fucking, I think it was like the air conditioner or something's not working. When we were at lunch, he's talking about.
Yeah. I don't know.
If I just bought an $800,000 whip and the AC didn't work, you'd be a
little rattles.
It's got a little rat worksy on there somewhere.
Oh, fuck. Well, it was great, Dame.
Yeah, it's great,
guys.
They love Big Canyon.
Loved it. I think they Big Canyon has a better feel, I guess, is because you can play with the boys, the caddies, and all that. But but I know Cody had fun. He hit that, maybe chipped in on that eagle. That was he did on
17 on the north. You remember the par 5? It's the signature hole.
Yep.
So Richie bombs his probably that rescue. You wore that rescue out for 2 days. That baby fucking, you better put that in the cold tub, by the way. That fucker could use a little soak. You hit that thing 400 times, it felt like. And Richie's on it too. And uphill putt, pretty much guaranteed birdie. And I hit what I thought was a good approach, but she went over the fucking almost in the Pacific. So I'm down the hay. And Cody's way left over in the hay and fucking up. He hits this high shot and it lands perfect. And I'm down over here. I'm like, wow, that is good. And it just hits, tracks, boom, eagle. Nice. So now he went from thinking we're playing carryovers too. I was fucking 400 hole, wasn't it?
I'm thinking this is over. Like he's in the hay, like the long. It's what can go makes it. Yeah. Obviously, I don't make the 30-foot eagle putt and the rest of it.
An easy 4, but I'm just like, we were literally in one, and there was like I think 4 or 5 hole carryover. So it was like I said, $400 or $500, and he fucking drains it, and then he did a cartwheel. I've never seen anyone do I actually thought it would have been something that you would do. I think through his club and then did a cartwheel. I was like, what the fuck? That's impressive.
Flip, but he just turned it into a cartwheel.
Yeah, it was nice. No, it was fantastic. Great hole to do it on too.
The cart girl loved Johnny though. Oh, he loved him.
All the cart girls.
Yeah. He's a good leadoff guy. Like
he's a good tipper.
Yeah,
good tipper.
Yeah, he's a beauty, man. And you know what? He's a 16 handicap ups, but like he has potential. Like his swing is not that bad, and when he gets a hold of it, he's a stocky guy. He just gets excited to hit it. I'm like, dude, you got to just slow her down. You're just like the ball's not moving anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, just stay behind her.
I know the feeling all too well.
Yeah. But it's been fun. But being back in Newport, though, I know you love Scottsdale. You used to be a Manhattan Beach guy. That pad you rented is nice there on the boardwalk.
It is nice.
Good people watching though.
It's
There's a lot of stuff going on there. I've seen a mixed bag of everything. Everything you can imagine is coming by that boardwalk.
Yeah, I like to get that. I've been posted up there looking, putting my shades on, to get the sidewinders on. You can creep around a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a nice little spot you guys live.
There was a blonde that came by on like old school rollerblades, like with four. She was doing the crosses in and out and fucking, I was like, holy jeez, look at that. Yeah. Look at that.
How long of a shift was Saturday? I know I texted you guys. I kind of had a babysitter late, but did you guys do a full day Saturday?
Saturday. I got into town Saturday. I got into town I didn't get into town till 4, so by the time we got set up,
gotcha.
It was 6 o'clock.
So we went over to watch the fights at his house, and then his buddies were at the Quiet Woman. And he's like, you want to go meet the boys at the Quiet Woman? I'm like, fuck, it's far and it's tight in there. I'm like, tell them to meet us at the Shamrock. So we went to the Shamrock. I wasn't in there 4 seconds, and the guy comes up to me about vaping. He's like, hey, no vaping here. I'm like, I'm not vaping, you fucking idiot. Like, I do a lot of things, but I'm not vaping. Get out of my fucking face.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, settle down. And sure enough, I'm getting a drink, and this little fucking guy drops his shoulder into me, and I'm like, all right, let that one slide. Comes back from the pisser, hits me again. So finally, I gave him a bump. I'm like, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, buddy, just say excuse me. Like, just fucking say excuse me. I go, you're lucky this isn't 10 years ago, or I would have already had you outside. Right? And then I almost got another tilt with another guy. I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here.
The big boy was all juiced up. Hey.
Oh, come on. You say excuse me, though, don't you?
I'm with you.
Especially if it's a guy or someone smaller or a woman. It's a bigger guy, too. You should have.
Yeah, it was a little disrespectful.
Like, I get it. It was tight in there. But you say, excuse me, fella, I'm going to slide through here. I'll let you in. I don't drink beer. I don't know. Don't drop your shoulder and almost knock my straight whiskey out of my hand.
That's when fighting were. Yeah.
I was thinking about it.
My Jameson with a couple rocks.
Yeah. Oh, they were sliding down, too. It was sliding down.
How many of those did you think you ordered?
Oh.
Jam on the rocks. One more.
Yeah. I bet you at chamois alone, I had probably 6 to 7. At least. I was just doubles, and I was just hammering them like that. They were sliding down. And then I took them to the Whaler. And how long did we stay at the Whaler? For not too long.
Yeah, I didn't love that place.
No?
Yeah.
No?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different crowd. A little bit younger crowd, but it's brand new, and it's like got a good, like, nice little bar in there. But
well, no, it's nice, but yeah.
I did feel a little long in the tooth going in there.
Yeah.
And then back to Richardson's, and he kicked me out of his house at 3:30?
Somewhere
around there. And I woke up for Sunday golf, and I was supposed to pick him up. I had 2 missed calls from him. His beautiful wife, Jess, called McKenna. I'm like, I'm up. I'll grab you. I fucking grabbed him, picked him up, drove him Big Canyon. I fucking did a cannonball in the hot tub at Big Canyon. Then I went in the steamer, tried to clear everything out of there. And then I'm like, all right, quick shower. And I had a big old coffee with tons of whiskey and Baileys, and away we went. And actually, I hit the ball pretty good. I think I finally come out the other side here with the new swing change I've been going through.
That pre-shot routine you got now, I like that.
You don't like it, do you?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get it on that plane, right? I'm trying to, like, that's what I'm just trying to tell my.
Have you seen it up yet?
Yeah, it's a takeaway. The takeaway move. There's a takeaway. It's a straight arm to the side.
Yeah.
To the back.
Yeah.
He's been working on his game, but his driver has come a long way.
Yeah, listen.
from a low off to, like he had better have room on the left because he needs to bring it back. Yeah. To now it's like a piercing, like,
Oh, it's better.
it's a good straight ball.
I asked Beecher because he's been helping with me. I'm like, is it a loser move? Like I thought about Mike Weir because Mike Weir used to do that, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, is this a loser move? And he's like, only if you can't do it more than twice. He's like, if you just do it twice by the rules of golf, guys, you're probably not gonna be a nerd. And then I was watching them this morning at the Players, and Alexander Shoffley, he does it. He does one little pull, not two, just one, just to get around the plane. So if he can do it, it's working for him. It's working for him.
He's also on tour too.
Well, listen, the amount of money I was losing, I had to figure something out. But yeah, he started making fun of me probably in the back nine. He was doing like my little.
No, it's actually
routine.
If that's your little trigger move and you do it in reverse,
Oh yeah, it's just resets your
as
brain.
long as you're not like. So what bugs me the most about slow golf is when guys are putting. And the slow fucking golfers, when they putt, they wait for everyone to putt, and then they put their ball down, and then they look over at the caddy if there's a caddy, and then they ask him for the read.
You talking about loops?
Yeah, I'm talking about yeah, and then I'm like, could you just have done that while the other
You
guy?
should be doing that while the guys are playing.
Because it's like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And they all got wine to drink and fucking places to go. I got kids.
Let's go.
Like, come on. And then you're going to miss it. And anyway. So anyway, yeah.
With you.
But a good little move like this is if that's your move and you're not up there taking 4 or 5 practice swings, like that's fine.
I lose it more when the guys start three practice swings.
I don't take any practice.
That's it. Yeah.
So
we'll give you one practice swing and start doing 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then they're taking a divot on the practice swing. You're like, oh my god.
listen, I only got about 85 swings in me there. So I know that's gonna take 18 holes. So I can't waste a fucking practice swing, fella. You know what I mean? But I mean, Pelican, it's nice. I forgot how nice it is and how beautiful it is over there. So
Guys, right now, how's your game, bitch? Shot 70 on Friday.
You would have beat me.
And then I got loser drunk and basically puked for a Friday night, late night.
What? Late night puke?
Selection, yeah. I mean, I started with the tequila sodas on the course. I finished, and I had like a 2-hour break. I either had to go home first, and I delayed that. So that I had a bottle of wine, red wine, at the course, and then my in-laws' 50th anniversary at Mesa Verde Country Club. So I went over there, sat down, 2 margaritas, fucking another bottle of wine, and then I was in one. And we're going to talk golf here. I sat next to Jake Knapp's family. They're members at Mesa Verde. His other son, Ryan Knapp, sick golfer too. I was just, by the end, I was like, holy shit, I got home. Little puke and rally.
is that his brother Ryan Knapp? Are they brothers?
They're brothers.
Oh wow, because he used to have a sick pad right on number 17 at Mesa Verde where we used to play with Brads all the time.
It's the family, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know though.
Yeah. Yeah, he's golfing fan. They're probably the best golfers in this.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I watched that Jake Knapp last week when I was in one sick at the Honda shoot 59, and he made it look like effortlessly, like where his swing was
That old swing is so nice.
and he was just bombing it. You get up there, like he hit fucking 340 or whatever, and then flipping a wedge. I'm like, there's a guy good doing it too.
Yeah, he's a good looking kid too. He's doing all right probably.
Yeah, big Ducks fit.
Is he?
Yeah, dating a Canadian girl, I think.
Oh.
Actually, I know he's dating a Canadian girl. I know he's dating a Canadian girl. Through the archive, some of the boys, I'm going to remain nameless here internationally. I said something about, I'm like, when he first won or something, I was like, oh, he must be dating a nice, because she's a beautiful blonde. I'm like, must be a nice California, you know?
Yeah.
A couple texts from some of the boys in the National League said she's from around the Ottawa area.
Good boy.
Ottawa area. So, boy, good Canadian gal. Good Canadian gal.
Sure, a few of the boys.
Right at the cats. Right at the cabin. They always were back in our day.
Buddy. God, was that place good back in the day, wasn't it?
It's awesome.
We'd stay right downtown Ottawa in this little shitty hotel, the Marriott, Courtyard Marriott.
Great spot though.
With the connecting rooms. Then we go up there for July. We go up there for July 1st. Me and Richie jump in the Denali or the Escalade, and I'd probably bring Reader or maybe one of my buddies. But it was fucking. I mean, we probably went 3 or 4 years in a row, and it was great. Yeah, it was batting 1,000. It was it was nice seeing the ball well coming in there. It was coming in like a watermelon for me. But anyways, Rich, it's great to have you in town, buddy. Pine Canyon, that course is great. Great people. Before we talk a little golf, I want to talk about the London Knights, boys. We all know, Rich, and I mean, Updog, I know you're a good Western Leaguer, played in Kamloops, but back in the day, London used to just pay players.
Yeah.
And they used to tell these high picks to say they're going to school, and then they'd come to London and play. Well, I went through, the OHL posted their quarter century team, and I just wanted to go over this with you guys real quickly. You want to talk about a fucking star-studded cast here. Here's their first team, London Knights. Patty Kane, Mitch Marner, Corey Perry, Danny Savrett, Evan Bouchard, who I thought played in the Quebec League. He's an Ontario League guy.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. But Bouchard. Evan Bouchard.
Ontario? Where's he from?
He's an Ontario. He's English speaking.
Kyle, can you look up where Evan Bouchard is from?
He's got to be from like Ottawa or one of those where he's speaks a little bit of both.
What's just over the border? Laval?
Hull?
He's got to be from Hull. Yeah. He's from Hull. And his house was on this side of the fucking river or whatever, and he had to play in the Ontario League. But
Oakville.
Oakville.
Oh God.
Oh wow, that's where Glen Abbey is, the golf course. He's from Oakville. Wow.
Little rich fucker. No wonder he doesn't work hard.
Yeah, no kidding. I was gonna say I just assumed he was a Quebec League player. No offense to the Quebec League, but
there he is.
And then their second line boys is Matty Tkachuk, Robbie Shemp, Rick Nash, John Carlson.
It's not bad.
That's Dickinson.
Sam Dickinson. I don't know who that is.
I don't really know that. Does it say what year Sam Dickinson played there?
I think it does here, bud. I think it does here. Stand by. Yeah, he played from 2022 to 2025. Fuck, recently.
Okay, that's why we don't know him.
That's why we don't know him.
He played World Juniors, I think.
Yeah, he wasn't a D-man.
Yeah,
he was a D-man. He played on World Juniors this year.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. He actually, I didn't mind his game now I remember him. Although that World Junior team, we don't need to go back into that, but that was a disappointing stint for the boys. But now that we're talking about this, I don't know if the Western League's doing it. I've yet to see the Owen Sound Attack come out with their quarter century team, but I only got to imagine you're on it.
You know who would have a really good one? Speaking. I'll have an answer for you here in a second. Kelowna Rockets would have
they'd have a nice one, yeah.
They would have a good one, yeah.
But so would Kamloops, no?
Kamloops,
Kitchener,
but not quarter century. No,
Kitchener had a good one.
Back before 2000s, Kamloops had it. So I was speaking to the microphone. Before the 2000s, Kamloops went on their 3 Memorial Cup runs. Is that like that's like a 40 year? Like Jerome McGinley, Doan, Niedermeyer,
decent.
Tyson Nash,
Darcy Tucker.
They had Ken Hitchcock.
Daryl
Sador. They had a good solid. There was a good solid junior guys that had great long pro careers. But this quarter century group for the Kelowna Rockets is like the Weber. How would I group it? They're good. Yeah, I think of Webb's just because he was in that.
He was a beast. I remember Sheldon Brookbank when Webb's first turned pro and went to Milwaukee. Billy had just signed there. He texted me. He's like, "Obes, this Shea Weber is the next Rob Blake, Chris Pronger, like right-handed shot. Obviously, Pronger's a lefty, but he's like, this guy is the next big time, fucking powerful Canadian D."
Certainly was.
God, was Billy right?
Certainly was.
Kelowna Rockets quarter century team. Jamie Benn, Leon Draisaitl, Tyson Bally,
who the fuck is that?
Shea Weber, Josh George, and Kelly Gard.
Josh George's.
Yeah.
Tyson Barry.
Played for the Montreal Canadiens.
The second team has got Luke Shen and Tyson Barry on the D. And Blake Como, yeah.
Duncan
Keith. He's not there.
Did he play?
He played in Kelowna.
He did?
Back from college and played in Kelowna.
You're telling me Duncan Keith didn't make the fucking quarter century team for the fucking, he put in 3 fucking mugs?
I love Shannon. I mean, I probably did.
I'm just looking at Kelowna Rockets Hall of Fame, so I didn't see their century team, but I know their century team because of these guys.
Yeah.
You took a few minuses against them, though.
No, we used to battle good. I booed out of their arena lots. Same then I lived there, just crushing all their girls there. I was there just like, I was living in Kamloops. I'm coming to Kelowna. Your place is fucking sick. Yeah, it was great.
That's the same division, right? Kamloops to Kelowna?
That's an hour drive.
Yeah.
That's the closest game in the dub.
No, you guys traveled.
Division, we had 7 hours to Prince George. We had 7 hours to Portland.
Yeah.
We had 5.5 to Spokane, 4 to Seattle, 3 to Vancouver. But we had an hour and a half to Kelowna. That was our close.
Your guys' travel was insane. And I would say where you played with Owen Sound would be some of the worst in the Ontario League, besides the teams way up north, right?
Like the worst ones in Owen Sound were Sudbury and Sault Ste. Marie.
North Bay,
but they kind of were in and out of the league. Ottawa, who doesn't have great travels, Ottawa. I actually thought they're always coming 4 hours. They didn't have great.
I mean, their closest game was probably us in Kingston, right?
Kingston Vowel, but
3 hours.
Yeah, it's 2 hours, 2.5.
Yeah,
that's not fun.
I took a lot of minuses in that Ottawa Civic Center back in the day. I tell you, boys, a lot of minuses.
I didn't play there a lot, so
not because different division, right?
Yeah, I played there 4 times probably.
But I'll tell you what, I haven't seen the Owen Sound Attack one come out yet. I was left off the Kingston Frontenac's quarter century team. I got to ask, what the fuck else do I need to do here? I mean, 10 years in the league,
going for all teams, huh?
Yeah,
good to have on it.
I don't know if Kyle, look up the Kingston Frontenac's quarter century team. I had it on my phone, but I don't have to dig through it. But I wasn't on it. Now, I'm asking you, like, a guy who's played 10 years, let's round it up, 600 games. What else you got to do to get on the quarter century squad? Played there for 2.5 years.
That's what I want to see. Who else they have on here?
They had one guy. They had a couple guys I didn't even know.
Yeah, there's no chance you should be on that.
Right? You got to give me some love on that. Here we go. Erica Branson and Ronald McEwen. Oh, Ronnie, look at him. Good hair.
That's actually, that's Mikey McEwen's cousin.
No way.
Yeah.
Good hair.
Yeah.
Stewie Robertson, Nathan Moon. I've never heard of Nathan Moon.
He's a Belleville kid.
Holy fuck. Sam Bennett, Shane Wright, Chris Stewart, Brian Rod. This kid, Quentin Burns. This is the one I have a problem with. I play with the Rod Dog, Brian Rodney. He was a great player too. He never played in the league either.
I know. He never played in the NHL.
But Quentin Burns ahead of me, I got to be honest, it's a little insulting. I don't know. I mean, maybe he had unbelievable numbers, but who the fuck is he? You know what I'm saying?
That's
But I when I saw it come across, I got to be honest, boys. I assumed I didn't think I was going to be first team, but I assumed I was going to be on it.
you deserve better fate there.
Yeah, and the boys just said, "Hey, Ovie, we're going to bring you down a peg or two. Are you on? Oh, here we go.
I just looked up mine. Yeah, look at that one. I don't even know who Pylon is.
Stank Oven.
Stank Oven, though.
Stank Oven.
Yeah, I watched him in the...
Take him up the middle.
It was
Devin Dubnik.
Doobie.
Who's Victor Bartley there on the back end? Did you play with him, or is he?
No, I don't go.
Is this the official quarter century team, or is this just somebody did by Kamloops?
This is what someone's doing. Who knows?
No, you'd be on it. You better.
The Cams loops, they had 3 different, 3 or 4 different. This is officially from them, but
yeah,
like their broadcasters all did a different. So Marty Hastings is who drafted Scotty.
Seems like a good guy, Marty Hastings. Eh?
Well, hey, I've seen Dean Evanson though as our coach. We'll take Dino.
Connor Ingram, Eric Christensen. We played against that guy.
He was next.
Left shot.
55 goal man. No.
Joel Edmondson still playing nicely for the Kings.
Fraser Minton just traded.
No, he never got traded, did he?
Oh no, he didn't.
Your Carolina Hurricanes.
He should be a Hurricane.
Tried to get him, but they didn't want that deal. I think it's cool to do it, even though I got snubbed off it. I do think it's cool that they've been doing this. Because they've obviously been doing NHL, but yeah, it's cool to see the OHL teams and to see, guys that we played. How good some are. Like that London Knights organization is a fucking hockey factory, man.
And they left some of the guys that left off. There's some good players. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's
Boley should have probably been on there.
Yeah,
but
Dave Bowl.
Yeah,
remember a guy named Danny Fritchie?
Yeah,
he played there too. Down there, he played in the NHL. Like there's a lot of guys.
Did you ever play in the old London Ice House?
Oh yeah.
Still played there.
Rusty?
Yeah. I know. That's
yeah.
Fucking tough as nails.
Oh yeah. He was a good junior player. I mean, good NHL player too. Yeah. Dale Hunter actually, speaking of London Knights, just got his 1,000th win in the OHL. He's like 102 wins behind Killer.
That seems crazy.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Because
I think Killer's still alive too.
He is. He coached in the league for like 50 years.
I know. He looked like he had one foot in the grave when I was playing in the fucking league.
I'm sure he was hacking darts.
Oh yeah, smoking cigars on the bus.
Yeah.
So I told you this. Shout out to my rest in peace Larry Maverty, but I'm like, he would smoke cigarettes right on the bus, and I like my rookie year, I sat the seat behind him, and he would bang down darts the whole entire way. Like, could you imagine in the OHL nowadays if your coach was smoking on the bus, what these parents would say? It would be crazy. Chucky. Robbie Shrep was an unbelievable Ontario hockey league player, like for just straight up skill.
Just the paw, the shit he did with the puck. Yeah.
There you have it. Anyways, boys, it's fun. I got left off. I hope I'm sure you'll be on it. But to the people in Kingston who picked it, I mean, come on, fella, give your head a shake.
Come on, wake up.
Before we continue, boys, let's not forget this show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. Updog, the Players Championship preview, fella.
This segment is brought to you by Comcast Business, powering the PGA Tour with leading networking and connectivity, advanced fiber solutions, and expert partnership.
I love the players, boys. By the way, the Arnold Palmer last week was a great tournament, too. I didn't love that Russell Henley got it done, but he did play well. Good for him, but he's not exactly a guy that...
Not a guy's guy.
Not a guy's guy. And like,
I know. He's not.
It's just not like... If I'm the commissioner of the PGA Tour, I wouldn't be like stoked that Russell Henley won. But boys, I love the Players Championship. Have you guys ever been to TPC, Sawgrass?
Never.
I have never.
No.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. So shout out to Nick Tarnaski. We missed the playoffs in Tampa, and this is when it was in. I guess the same time of year. What are we here?
We're in
March.
February?
March.
March.
No. So this is when it was in May. This is right around Mother's Day. It was in May back in the day. So we missed playoffs. We got a little bender. And we drove to TPC and watched the first couple rounds. Unbelievable tournament. Not quite the wasted management, obviously, but fucking that 17 and 18 and 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, great finisher.
Oh my God. And people are sitting there boozing all day. It's a great tournament to go to. And I'd like to play the track, but like some of the holes, man, are like you can't just stand up there and bomb driver. Like you got that little 3 little rest chicken guy or whatever. That's what you need out there. And you got to shape them both ways. And they put a couple trees back in that makes it even harder. So it's a golf. You got to be able to shape the ball out there.
Little Davis Love brought the Pete high back.
They moved the fucking tree. Did you see that?
Big Oakmont trees in. One specifically, it was like where they make you hit a low bullet drive off 6. There's the way they showed it. They just they lost this tree to disease, and they brought this fucking massive oak tree and planted it. Sometimes it's tricky.
But they dug it out of the fucking ground and they had to dig it out so far that the roots, right? And they got this big fucking bulldozer to move this. I can't describe how big this tree was. Boom, they put it in, and now it's perfect there, and it hangs down that you have to hit a little screamer, or you got to get it running down the hill there.
Back in the stance, eh?
Yeah, 6 tee box. I just looked at this. Yeah, it's like they lost it in 14 to a disease. Yeah, got the clap. And then,
got a seat back in you, maybe.
No, now this big ass tree. I mean, imagine that's the thing you do a Big Canyon too. By the way,
boys, presented by Comcast Business. Who you like here? We got the odds from DraftKings Sportsbook. I'll start off first. The guy that Richie actually just mentioned before we came back from break, Keegan Bradley, who is the Ryder Cup captain and right now sitting 7th in Ryder Cup points. Top 6 qualifies. So if Keegan continues to play the way he does, he's going to be captain / fucking competitor at the Ryder Cup. But I think his game, he finished 7th last week at Bay Hill. I like his chances. And for me, Scotty Scheffler, I know he's back-to-back champs. I think Jack's the only guy to win it 3 times in a row. But I saw Scheffler on the range today working on his driver. He had his coach there. I think his caddy had his whole team there, and he's trying to work on something. He's doing this one-legged drill where he's turning. I'm thinking, that guy's got the itch. He's got the itch. But saying that, ever since he had a kid, things are different. And he hurt his hand. He cut his hand. Cut his hand cut in some kind of space.
Rolly did that one time too, right?
Yep.
Splitting up a frozen steak. I think that's
slid it bad. Yeah, he was cooking. I think it just slipped on him, And,
listen, this is always every tournament in the PGA right now is Scheffler's to lose, especially if his putting is where it is. And his putting slipped a little bit last week, I think, at Bay Hill.
You're right.
But let's just throw it out there. A 3-peat for this guy would be like
that'd be
Chiefs.
so cool.
Would be like the Chiefs winning the 3rd Super Bowl in a row.
Yeah. Well, we all know what happened there.
Yeah, it could be an ass kicker.
Don't take him. We're going to compare.
I'm going to take a guy that's been kind of on the mix. Xander Schauffele. He missed 6 weeks, came back last week, first week back. Had a work game, wasn't perfect.
Had like a fracture in his foot or something, or he had a weird kind of injury that kept him out for a while. Yeah,
but plus 2,200. A guy that's always in the top 10. He's always nipping at everybody's heels. I like him. And then I'm going to take Rory because I think this is Rory's kind of comeback year of really making a statement.
He's played good here before too. Yeah,
he has.
Rory's won it.
Yeah,
Rory's won it.
So, a win at Pebble Beach and then a couple off weeks. Got the new QI10 drivers. You got those ones in your bag from our boy Casey.
I knew
those.
And I'll tell you what, pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Clean look to them, really clean look. Fucking Rory was in it till what day was it? I can't remember now. Saturday, and he bogeyed fucking 5 of the last 6 holes on Saturday and played himself out of it. And they was playing hard, and he could. All the boys were scuffling coming in, right? They're just trying to get to the house, like
get a par.
Was trying to make a par here, and he bogeyed 4 of the last 5 holes. So his game is as good as anyone else, is what I'm saying.
Let me ask you this, look, if Keegan Bradley plays well, can he actually do both? Can you do that? Can you play and do it? I know no one's done it before, but would he let him?
Tiger did it at the President's Cup,
but this is not,
Yeah, the Ryder Cup's way harder. It's Beth Page. They got smoked the last time they played in Europe. I would not. I'd
rather play.
I would I'd rather just be the captain. I wouldn't want to play. I want to just focus on get the mojo of the boys riding around, get you doing. How you feeling? I think there's so much pressure on those boys to win at Bethpage that he's got to be distracted. If you're going to play, you got to be.
Wouldn't you think though? Like, if I was him, I'd say, I'll play this year. I want the next Ryder Cup. So I because you're not going to be able to play. It's your last time. Probably he's going to play a player in it.
Yeah. So you're saying
I will play and then I'll be the coach next.
So give up his captaincy to play.
Yeah, but as long as you give it to me 2 years from now.
Yeah. I'll make it a little fucking deal.
You're
making a deal with PGA of America.
John Cooper. I'll coach this for instance, but I got to coach the Olympics too.
There you go.
You kind of work it in there.
I mean, Tiger should have been the Ryder Cup captain, but Tiger didn't want to take on the responsibility because he was, trying to do the deal with Live Golf and who knows, PGL.
It's not allowed to play.
Yeah. So he didn't want to do it, but I don't know if Keegan could. Do you think Keegan could handle playing and being the captain?
Depends who you had with you.
I would say yes, because I think there's a lot of guys in the Ryder Cup that sit out that really don't even play. So I think he just goes in and say, I'm going to play 1 or 2 rounds, and I'm going to play,
unless I get cooking, but
I'm going to play in the final day with everybody in the pairings.
Do the singles.
But yeah, let's fucking go.
I know. I think it'd be cool to have that. Like,
if he wins a couple this year, I mean, yeah, he's got to be in there.
He's right there.
Your game's good. You're fucking American, and your game's good.
Yeah, and I guess who are the other guys that finish, out of the top 6? Like, how good are they? Or is it Spieth and Thomas and guys that have been there? Like, I think that'll all play a factor into it too. Like, if it's guys that have experience,
makes himself his own captain's pick.
Yeah, maybe he does.
Calls himself. He's like, hey, Keith.
Man, I think Tiger picked himself as captain for the President's Cup. In fact, I know he did.
He had to though.
Tiger
Woods.
I'm gonna go with the favorite, boys. I think Scotty Scheffler. I know 3 in a row is hard to do, but like I said, I see him grind on the range. Another guy like Ludwig Åberg.
Me too.
I mean, listen, this guy's just a Swedish, perfect looking person, and his swing's perfect, and everything's perfect. Besides, maybe his girlfriend's not perfect, but other than that, everything's perfect. And then down here at plus 2,800, Fairway Jesus, Tommy Fleetwood. Look out for Fairway Jesus. This place at fucking TBC Soccer got to hit fairways. His putter, he gets sometimes a little fucking Richardson on it, where he kind of gets her stuck there a little bit to get over top of it. But I mean, tee to green, Fairway Jesus, look out for him, boys. So yeah, who are you taking? Did you take anyone?
I really like Keegan in the top 10 finish. I don't know if he's gonna win. I think he's gonna sniff around. And then I like Morikawa for some reason. I'm just getting a little gut feeling about him.
Yeah, Morikawa. Bye. Thank you. So last week he lost to Bay Hill.
Yeah.
And he didn't do the media, and he had a comment of saying, I don't know anyone, anything. I don't know you guys, nothing, with no disrespect, but I don't have to talk to anyone if I don't want to. Well, Colin Morikawa, you're playing for $25 million this week, and I think last week was fucking $20 million. I think you do maybe owe somebody something to fucking, the media is say what you want, but if you lose, you got to go in there and at least answer a few questions. Be a dick if you want, but you got to answer some questions. You can't just fucking bail, can you?
Rory did after the U.S. Open when he missed that putt. He left.
Oh, yeah, he was fired.
Well, listen, the bird was fired. U.S. Open.
Bird was fired up.
The U.S. Open's a little bit different, and Rory's been in a bit of a slide. I'll let Rory slide on that one. But Bay Hill, you don't have time to go in and answer a few questions about not getting it done? Like, come on, Morikawa, you're making fucking...
Maybe he just wants the bad boy look. He's tired of being...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to come next round with a sleeve on, like he's going to have a full tat.
You think so?
Yeah. All right, we need a bad.
I just saw the nice pick. You got Keegan right there.
Yeah, Keegan and Ricky Fowler, me and Billy Quinn. At the old Hero Challenge in the Bahamas.
Love that.
Yeah, Tiger's tourney. That's where Tiger came That's where Tiger came in the gym and went over to Mac Miller and said, hey, how are you? How you doing? I was like, oh, hey. I text Keegan and Max home. I said, fuck, Tiger's sitting on my girl in the gym. And what did Max say? Godspeed, fella, with that one or something. Godspeed with that one.
Yeah, just embrace it.
He had his yacht parked out there. It was nice. It's nice. So, Players Championship presented by Comcast Business. I can't wait, boys, to take it in. It's going to be a fun weekend. Moving on here to DraftKings bets, presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours, fella. Boys, I hit a little UFC parlay on Saturday night at plus 400. I took the Russian. I'm not going to try to butcher his name, and then I took Justin Gaethje in the co-main event. Gaethje's coming back off that knockout from Holloway. And people were worried about it, and the guy is tough as nails, man. Like, the guy hit him with a bunch in the first round, and then Gaethje dropped in the second, and that was it. But UFC's hard to bet, boys, and a nice little plus 400 parlay at Richardson's house was a nice way to start my weekend up, Doc.
Yeah, it sounds good. I caught the game at Louisville's. I was just down the street. I didn't put any money on it, but although I did have that story of Gaethje. I saw him at Chicago Golf Club at a little event for UBS, and I'm buying a couple. I'm buying a couple hats in the pro shop, and he comes in, and the guys are like, "Oh, Gaethje, what's up, man? Like, fuck, we love you. We're big fans." He's like, "Yeah." And then they're like, "Didn't know you golfed." He's like, "I got just KO'd like 4 months ago, and I woke up, and then I've golfed just every day since." Like, he basically was like, I got biggest KO of my life.
And maybe it could go down as the biggest knockout in UFC history.
In history.
Yeah.
1 second
It was
left.
unbelievable. They went to Max Holloway, pointed at the center of the octagon, and they went fucking toe to toe. And with 1 second left, damn old Wangle, corn dogs, and
That was the biggest.
he was fucking out cold. Out.
Like dead.
Like, yeah. Like, are you okay, fella? Are you all right? And a lot of times in UFC, boys, after a big knockout like that, a lot of guys are never the same. So I was a little worried. Like I was texting with Loops, and Loops is like, Gaethje's going to get worked here. I'm like, I don't think he is, man. He's just that tough. Like, he's that tough.
He's tough.
Man, he can come back from anything. So
No, and
it was nice.
Yeah. Well, when you leave your head out there, the one, he had that uppercut where he pulls the guy's head down.
That's his go-to move. He fucking just booyah.
He kind of throws and goes wide, but he pulls your head down and comes back up.
Yeah, it's nasty. And then in the main event, Alex Pereira, who's been the champ forever, I heard some rumors throughout his training camp on, the social media guys I follow in the UFC, spending a little time in South Beach. Wasn't in his training camp, wasn't quite as dedicated as he used to be. So I'm thinking, listen, where there's smoke, there's fire. I get it. As my career went on, I probably, I missed a little bit of the odd workout here and there. And I took the fucking Russian who hadn't lost 13 straight, who wasn't in South Beach. Who probably couldn't get in a bar in South Beach.
This guy looks like a mutant.
And I tell you what, he just, yeah, right. Imagine trying to fuck with him.
No kidding.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Jesus. So thank you to DraftKings, baby. It's nice to hit that parlay. I needed it, boys. I needed it. Continuing on with our DraftKings bet segment here, boys, we have new Stanley Cup odds after the trade deadline, which we're going to dive into some trades here shortly. The new betting favorites on DraftKings to win the Stanley Cup is the Dallas Stars at plus 600, Florida plus 650, Edmonton plus 800, and I got this baby circled right here, Colorado at plus 1,000, and then Washington and Tampa plus 1,100. So I don't know. We're going to save the trade talk, but do you think Dallas right now is do you like those being the favorite? I don't think they're the best team still.
I don't either, but
I watched the night of the fights, boys. I caught the Edmonton-Dallas game. Unbelievable hockey game. Edmonton's down 1-0.
Yeah, they came storming back, right?
2-1 in the first, so I get my first period over. Then they're up 5-1 with about, midway through the second, up 5-1, and Dallas just starts pouring it on, 5-4. They make it 5-4 with 10 minutes left in the game. So this is like sizing up. After the trade deadline, Dallas gets all their guys in, ramping in. And I'll tell you what,
Finland, aka the Dallas Stars,
I'll tell you what, Max, our boy Max, that got traded to the Oilers.
Max Jones, he's had an unbelievable. I'm about to give him a fucking blue.
Sorry
here, fella. That's all right.
Unbelievable game. I also thought that Wallman back on the back end played great too, and I was just like, wow, these two Oilers know what they're here for. They came and they both fucking laid out Ranton in the big bowl.
he's banged up.
Yeah, no, it was just a good back and forth hockey game that sized up the West. Right, you had other than Colorado, I think Colorado and Vegas. You have Dallas and Edmonton that are gonna that rivalry's been there for 20 years. I just think it's back, and it was two great teams. So yeah, they're right there. I'd say it's a coin toss, to be honest. What was Edmonton to start the year? Plus 600, right? So
I believe so.
You actually liked Edmonton to the start of the year. You're getting the deal right now.
I know. I've liked Edmonton. I'm gonna touch on Edmonton when we talk about trades. I've been pumping Edmonton harder than you have, Obviously, you're a Fort Mac guy, but
I like that Avalanche. I already did the Avalanche.
I like that.
As soon as that trade went through, I went on there and bet it.
Yeah.
And then, boys, I want to take just a minute because Washington's on here. I had a chance this morning before we did this podcast. I went down. I hit up our boy Tom Wilson, who's a big friend of the pod. Everything that you had to say about him going in the Four Nations Cup. But I took my little guy Beckham down. We watched the Ducks pregame skate, and then I got tickets to the Washington Capitals game tonight. But I got a chance to go underneath and say hi to my old trainer, Serbs.
Yeah, we all had Serbs.
Did both of my ACLs. And Ovie came out and I wanted to get a pic with Ovie and my kid, and he came out with a stick, and that guy is just a beast, man. Oh, good for the game. I mean,
big Russian gang.
He's 9 goals back of the record.
Did you chirp about empty netters or what? That was your chance.
Did you listen? I hear how's the podcast. I'm like, it's good. I hope you don't listen. I've been chirping you. We're getting all these empty netters, and you've got a lot of them.
Makes a pitch with his son. Hey, Beckham, get that picture good. Hey, Ovie, fuck off with the empty netters, by the way, all right? If you're going to chase down the great one.
Actually, listen, now watching him out there, watching him in pregame skate now, I'm like, man, he's up there. He's older.
Yeah.
He'll get those goals when they're there. I get it, what we were saying.
I mean, how many goals do you think Gretzky had in his empty netters? I'm sure you can find that in his career. I bet he had.
Kyle, can you try to find how many empty netters Wayne
I don't think he had a lot.
I don't think he did.
Is it true that Brett Hall didn't have any?
Brett Hall chirps everyone saying he didn't.
He never got one?
Not had a one?
I wonder how many Gretzky had and just compare them to,
empty net. Yeah.
Was it Loops? Was it me and you talking about the empty netter Ovie had the other night? The backhander?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was me and Loops. Loops said he scored a backhand empty netter the other night. to ice the game. Ovie did against I forget who they were playing, but
I'm just curious.
So these,
Yeah.
but these Capitals at plus 1100, snap on the biscuit around.
I love them. I love their team.
Did your that Magniapani? That's
yeah, Mangiapane. That's
Fred Man's
he's on that second line PP. I was watching.
he's such a little rat.
power play. He's just out there just buzzing.
how's his helmet? Is it fucking straight yet?
Yeah, he's bucket. Yeah,
Yeah, he did it.
he's yeah.
Gretzky had 56.
Grefty had 56, 1700.
Ovechkin's at 9. They're at 65 right now.
Oh, so he's only okay.
Marian Hossa in third with 40.
Get him. Well, listen, knowing the kid,
Marian Hossa got his cookies. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Go
I
ahead.
know I've known Ovie now, but I same age, a couple years younger. He played in World Juniors against me this
Yeah.
whole time, and now to see him still out there, like he's a beast.
He's 9 away, scoring.
Fucking 40.
He might have 40 there against the fucking Duck.
Hand.
I know Ducks are pretty good actually. We're
Yeah,
kicking.
so I know I'm pulling for the Caps, man. Wilson, I'm pulling for the
They got a lower team.
coach,
Yeah.
Kirk Muller in St. Louis. Great guy.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for the.
I'm pulling for him too. I love Mangiapane, like you said. Brandon Duheim is a guy I like. They bring in Anthony Bolvia at the deadline. Nick Dowd's a fucking Lars Eller, Stanley Cup champ. Pierre-Luc Dubois. I'm still just like he's proven me wrong going there, and he's played a hell of a year. But can he do it come playoff time?
Dylan Strome looks good.
Dylan Strome's been unbelievable all
He's a
year.
great setup guy.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
And John Carlson, London Knight.
Yeah.
First line ballot Hall of Famer.
And their D, all their D can make a fucking outlet pass. Sandin, Carlson, Chikrin, Van Riemsdyk, Fairway, and Waugh.
Yeah.
Who I didn't love Matty Waugh in fucking LA.
he's a
by
good
the way,
player.
but he's
He's
proven
a good player.
But they can all move the puck.
Yeah.
They can all skate. They can all. But there's something about me that thinks if they play the Rangers in the first round, look out.
I wouldn't
Look
want.
out.
Yes, I wouldn't want to play the Rangers, and they could get punted.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I can't believe you didn't chirp Ovie about the empty netters. I can't believe you.
Camera on him, and I'm like, oh God, here we go.
Did you not see? I saw something on social media that the Flash was there talking to you. Must have just
see the.
you must have missed the Flash.
Just missed them, but
You tell Beckham to hang on to that twig though. That could pay for his college
yeah,
if he doesn't get some.
they're just working it on the glass. I'm like, hey, take it easy with that twig. Got it.
He loves hockey, huh?
Loves hockey. He's the man. Yeah, Beckham loves it. But anyway, thanks, boys. That was
really cool.
Class act. Yeah.
So get some skin in the game at DraftKings, boys. Moving on here. Get this guy a beer. Brought to you by Labatt. With Labatt, you can buy beer and get gear. Go to their website, snap a photo of your receipt, and upload it to gain points towards exclusive merch. Any size, any product, anywhere you're buying Labatt. Sign up at rewards.labattusa.com. Woo, nice up here. That was perfect fucking foul. That was crispy.
I mean, you can either go to the .com or go to the fridge, right?
That was crispy. We'll start with the fucking Nate dog. Nathan McKinnon, 1,001 points. He had 2 points last night for me. Anytime a guy gets 1,000 points, it's unbelievable. They went through Altitude TV does such a great job too, right? Kiefer, Johnny Michael Lyles is now doing every home game, so they have him, Moj and Rycroft doing every home game, and then after the game they had this after hours at Ball Arena with Kiefer and Johnny Lyles. But they went through Nate's career and his first goal, and like just to get 1,000 points for him. The guy's an absolute bull right now. And when you talk about, me and Richie were talking, everyone says Connor McDavid's the best player on the planet. Like, should we start saying Nathan McKinnon might be? I mean, he won the MVP last year. He just won the MVP of the Four Nations. He's leading the league in scoring.
He's winning the MVP this year again.
Yeah, it's like, should we just say Connor McDavid's the best player?
You think he's winning this year too?
Yeah.
I think Draisaitl gets it.
Yeah, it could. It could go either way, but I think right now he's a better player. He's on a better season than McDavid.
He's had a better year and a half than McDavid. Besides, McDavid went to Game 7 of the finals.
No, I know.
But other than that,
no, I know.
Yeah.
He's
and listen, nobody loves Connor McDavid.
I love him.
I want him to win a Stanley Cup so bad, and Draisaitl. And just for the last, whatever it's been, 3 years or maybe more, 5 years, it's been Connor McDavid's the best player in the league. He's the best player.
He's going to have 130
Look
points.
Look at this guy. Like this guy, again, look at him.
102 points.
So let's just discuss.
18 games.
We actually,
And and another thing about him, before you go, he never gets knock on wood. I don't want to jinx his here, but he never gets hurt.
Yeah, that's good. What type of superstar would you rather be? Would you rather be Nathan McKinnon or rather be Connor McDavid? Like the way that they play. Like that we asked that question before.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be Nathan McKinnon because Nathan can chuck him if he has to. I'm not saying Connor hasn't. I just never seen him do it.
They both score like super highlight reel goals. Like the goal Calder scored
The other night was unbelievable. Isn't that crazy?
That's his move. He's patented that move since junior. He puts it through the
puts it in the triangle and fucking violent. Yeah, well, the Bushkin couldn't get it.
We've seen move.
Yeah, let's go fuck Labushkin. He's gonna make the old
same thing. But let me ask you this:
Would you rather have the next superstar on your team be a defenseman or be a forward? Like,
Was it Cale Makar?
I would take Cale Makar over anyone.
It's Cale Makar.
Did you take Cale Makar or Leon Draisaitl as your second guy on the team?
So you tell me I got my first overall pick. I'm picking my team of superstars from my team.
Yeah, so you got Nathan McKinnon and Connor McDavid. Who would you rather take, like, for those guys to play with, Makar or Draisaitl?
Makar. See, I would too.
Yeah.
So I think the advantage lies to Nathan McKinnon. I hope Leon Draisaitl is not listening to this, but I think
I hope he is.
I think
I
Makar.
hope he is. What's up,
If
Leon?
McKinnon didn't have Makar, he would only have 90 points.
Makar's ninth in league scoring. He's a defenseman.
No, I know, but that's what.
So you're saying if you put Makar on the Oilers,
Oh my God, him and
you're saying
would have
McDavid has
1,000,000,000
fucking
points.
more than
That's just what I'm.
Listen, there's no debate that Cale Makar is better than Evan Bouchard. Yeah, there's no fucking debate about that. I'm watching Bouchard play the other night in overtime, and I'm like, somebody give this guy a fucking Adderall or something. Like,
Then he scores.
oh yeah,
I know. Then he scores.
we're gonna get to that. That would, but I mean, he's so nonchalant out there.
His biggest fucking knock to us is his weirdly best strength is that he's so checked out that he just rips pucks.
Yeah. I said this to Richie the other night. We were sitting around drinking whiskey and talking, and I said, do you think Connor and Leon pull him aside and say, hey, buddy, like, let's get going here a bit. Like, it's time is now. Like, we can't have these blunders. Like, I know you shoot 100 miles an hour and you're great 3-on-3, but like, we're trying to win our
Every night he goes brain dead.
Yeah. And it's worse this year than it was last year.
Yes, it was.
Like, and you got to give Nurse credit because Nurse is playing better this year than he ever has, in my opinion. But they need Bouchard to like not make 6 mistakes a night, or they're not going to fucking go anywhere.
Yeah, he makes like junior mistakes, like just like bad decision, junior stuff.
Think if he rounded out his game, the money that's going to come at him, like too, like
Oil at his own price.
you bring everyone arbitration with him, you're like, buddy, look at these clips.
Yeah.
How do you expect to give you 13 million?
Well, you can't.
When Makar's still only making 8.5.
Going back, like, and this is nothing away from McDavid. I love McDavid, but like, I think McKinnon in the last year and a half has made it back into a debate.
No, he is.
Like, I don't just think it's like, oh, Connor McDavid 100%. Like Nate won the MVP in the Four Nations. I know McDavid got the golden goal, but like, I'm just saying, like, his resume the last year and a half has been pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Listen, he's a fucking generational player that I've never got the chance of like watching day in, day out. On when you see those guys doing what they're doing live, McKinnon is so powerful. He
can't be stopped.
He skates like no one other in the history of our game.
Yeah.
The way he stops.
Well, he does not
Action too.
Same with McDavid.
That's
I know,
the
but
argument is no one's been as strong on pucks as Draisaitl either. Like
Draisaitl hasn't lost a battle all year that I've not a one. He just puts his big ass.
and that's what's beautiful about our game right now is the superstars all have something different to bring, and they're all doing it like no one else has done it in history before.
Look at Mitchie Marner there with 80 points. Eh? Oh, Mitchie Marner. Well, Mitchie wants a big bag of money, doesn't he? Hey, Jack Eichel plus 28. There's my sulky winner right there, too.
What's with this drop off? Plus 25 for Draisaitl, plus 2 for McDavid. Is that just more penalty kill for McDavid? Like,
you don't get dinged on penalty kill for a minus.
True.
He has 6 fucking goals already. He's winning.
Fuck, McDavid was hurt, too. I don't know. Kyle, that's a good question, though. That seems
low for that.
They play a lot together, too. But anyways, Nathan McKinnon, get yourself Labatt Blue. Connor, I love you. I just think those guys right now, Nathan has played his way into it, where at least it's a debate. And Nathan has a cup, and I'm sure Connor's going to get one sooner than later, but that's also a feather in his cap. But, boys, I'm going to continue dishing here from one spectrum to the other. Max Jones. Jonesy, I fucking love you, kid. I love the way this kid plays. He's had a tough little stretch here. He was a first rounder for the Ducks. He plays hard. He's been known to take a stupid penalty just like myself, so I have a soft spot for him. But his first game last week as an Oiler, he had a point. He had a backhand toey. He played unbelievable. So, Jonesy, get yourself a Labatt Blue, fella. Macklin Celebrini got his 20th goal of the season, and all I could imagine is that's got to be some kind of bonus, right? First overall pick, you would think. 20 goals. I thought, fella, get yourself a Labatt Blue and fucking dust off the MX. I love this kid, so congratulations to him. And last but not least for me, boys, last night I took the Colorado Avalanche at home. Me and Richie were talking about it. He's like, the Blackhawks scare me. I said, they scare me too. It was minus 550. I go, I'm taking a puck line. You know I hate the puck line. Took it at minus 185. Scott Wedgwood absolutely kicked. They should have lost. They won 2-0. Get yourself a Labatt Blue, fella, because Updog, I know you've always liked this Wedgwood. he is a nice 1B to have behind Blackwood if something goes down, because this kid can kick.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a great pickup. Yeah, good signing, great pickup. And how are you, boys?
Yeah, I got to play with him a little bit in Arizona. He came to us. I like this kid. He's good. He's a good guy.
Yeah, seems like a great guy.
He's a good guy. A really good guy. Hot wife.
There you go. There you go, fella.
No, the one thing too, Max Jones, if he can play consistently, he can rear out that team.
Yeah,
he's big, heavy. He's good paws.
Yeah, I agree. And he's looked. It's a short sample size, but he's looked great since he's been there. And I'm pulling for this kid.
Yeah, me too.
And hopefully Worm doesn't have to fight as much now.
Well, that once Trent Frederick gets in lineup, Paris won't have to fight at all.
No,
but Paris will still want.
Paris will want it once in a while.
That's a good point too. And what's wrong with Trent Frederick?
He's got a lower body. He fell on his knee or something there a couple weeks ago. He'll be back in a couple weeks. But like their lineup right now is Nugent Hopkins, McDavid, Hyman, Paul Colson, Draisaitl, Arvidsson, Skinner, Jan-Mark Brown, Jonesy, Henrique, Perry. Jeff Skinner's not going to be playing once Frederick gets back, right?
No, that's his spot right there on the third line.
You know what? Before we get to your beer up, Richie, this is something else me and Richie talked about over the weekend. And like Ryan Nugent Hopkins, right? We can say what you want about Stan Bowman. Like, obviously, he's a great GM. He's won a cup. The Jeff Skinner deal kind of hampered him. And like, I like that he went out and got Wallman, but I still look at their back end, and to me, it's not good enough. And like, maybe you should have traded Ryan Nugent Hopkins. I know he's making $5 million and this and that, but you got to get rid of something very good to help your need. Like, I still think they should have maybe made a move for Ryan Nugent Hopkins, man. I really do. They like their back end to me is still not good enough. And if you could have moved him, you got to give up something that you don't want him, man. Like, if that's part of the trade.
I'm brain dead right now. Did Kane get moved?
No.
So Kane's off until the book.
He's off the books, basically.
And they say he's maybe coming back in the playoffs, maybe not, right?
He's coming back for playoffs.
I don't know. You got to think.
This is Johnny Klingberg.
Klingberg is not the answer.
Just all offense, no defense. Fuck it. Let's just.
I know, but that's, it's hard to win like that.
So when they're healthy.
They almost did it last year, though.
Almost.
When they're healthy, they're going to go Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Wallman, Kulak, Klingberg. That's going to be the top six, probably.
Wow.
That seems a
That's
little
not perfect.
Seems a little
light.
Seems a little on the light side to me. But I what do I know? I've never won a fucking cup either. But it's just something we talked about, and I just think if you're that close to winning the Stanley Cup, you got to maybe do something that's unpopular. You don't want to do it, but you have a need. You need a fucking defenseman. I know they got Wallman, but to me, Nugent Hopkins.
How much is Connor McDavid in these talks, you think?
I don't know.
I don't. He's in there.
He should be in there.
I think he's in there, and I don't know how much like he has for last say, but you got to think like if they're going to move a Nugent Hopkins, they got to sit down and talk to Connor.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I always said this. I think it was me and you talking about, and I thought when we were talking about the Rantanen trade, and I said if I was the GM, I would go talk to McKinnon and Makar and the coaches, and I think you guys were like, once that's a slippery slope. But to me, I would be talking to my superstar players on before anything I did. Yeah, if I was a GM.
Well, especially if you're in the case where you get moved, you're like, how were you not talking to the guy?
Yeah.
Well, it's tricky. Well, then they know they might want to move you, they might not, right? Like Braden Shen, for example. Like there was talks that he might, get moved.
I guess the asking price was through the fucking planet for him. Yeah. The Army, your boy Army was not. I guess Shenner didn't really want to go, and Army was like, this is what it takes.
Play a couple first rounders.
Yeah, it was a lot. Like the Leafs would kick the tires.
You know how much the value there.
Yeah.
I just think Connor should have a say if they're moving a big piece.
Yeah.
Connor, obviously, this is what we're looking to do. This is what we need. If we have to give up someone, like we're only talking to you, could have been like.
And I would talk to Leon, obviously, too. But
it's just hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's fucking hard. Listen, I mean, Ryan Nugent Hopkins, everyone loves him. Coop loves him. Every coach I talk to, he says he's a dream.
You just want a little bit more out of him.
I just want a little bit more out of him. And Oilers fans love him.
But I bet you his Corsi's through the roof. Richie, you probably have that website to talk to.
Yeah, what's your Corsi again? Was that where you like have the puck?
Look at your underlying numbers.
Yeah, where you make the right play coming out of your zone, you carry the puck through the zones. That's the point. You fucking hit the net.
You shoot on net. A lot of guys, Corsi players, you tell which ones.
Take Corsi boys out minus a couple points.
Backhand sauce. Does that get you anything? Does that get you a point?
No, she doesn't.
Doesn't get you?
Oh, it looks good though.
Oh yeah,
blocking a guy out. Maybe
box outs.
Yeah,
box out. Shots on net are big.
I didn't have much of
those zone entry stats, all this stuff.
What are the breakout patterns?
Outs, breakouts. Yeah,
maybe there.
But,
my Corsi might have been all right then. I should make a breakout pass. I'll consider it over to her.
Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah, I'm sure his Corsi is through the roof up, dog, but his fucking is
pretty good.
He could just be a little bit. I don't know. I expect a little bit more of him too. Time will tell here in the playoffs if they get it done. But Richie, I know you want to dish your beer here, buddy, before we move on.
Yeah, I want to throw this guy beer, Sam Carrick. Just loved the way he's been playing lately. That fourth line for the Rangers has been great. He's kind of up in the third, I think, right now. But him and Rempe's playing best I've seen him play. Yeah, just that Carrick, I like him a lot. He's on a cheap deal. He's a heart and soul guy. He'll fight. He can score a little bit. I just like the way he plays.
I'm with you. He's been huge for them. The Empire State Building has been great for them too. Their fourth line is a problem.
That Brodzinski's a good player.
Really good player. JT Miller's obviously fit in nice there. And this is a team that if they get in, we've all said this, it's like nobody wants to play the Rangers. But if you're a young guy down in the jungle and you're frustrated being down there, to look at a guy like Sam Carrick, man. He played forever in the American League, fought his way up, and now he's a big part of the New York Rangers. So I'm with you. Good on him. And I know for a fact he likes a good blue light. So I know for a fact he does, boys. Moving on, it's the Missin Curfew. Dog of the week, boys. Dylan Cousins. I've never been a huge Dylan Cousins fan. The Ottawa Senators, steady Stevie Stais, Travis Green make the move for him. Listen, his first game, he had 9 fucking hits. And in his second game, he had the game winner right here. Bowango, 2-1 with under 5 minutes left. He scored that. For me, boys, and you two guys played the game the right way, to get traded and go in there and have 9 hits in your first game up, dog, that is why you're the Missin Curfew Dog of the Week. That is what this kid needs. He was a first-round pick. If he plays with that fucking heart and can compete, then the Ottawa Senators got a good one here, boys.
Yeah, I think they really, really got a good one here. This guy's been on a lot of teams' radar, like a lot of teams. This guy, and he's 20. I think he's 25. He's a good player, and I think if that new energy getting out of Buffalo, new energy, fuck, a little bit of life.
Even if it is Ottawa,
I know, but Ottawa's got, Brady there. There's some juice. It's a Canadian market. They're going to get to the playoffs over here the first time in a while. Like there's some juice and excitement there. So
Captain of the World Juniors.
Yeah, this kid's a leader, man. Too.
His upside's huge. Yeah, get him out of a stinky Buffalo, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, look how happy Brady is in that.
Brady?
What a pass by Sanderson.
Yeah,
I can move.
This poor fuck. He's giving it to the ref. I was watching it. It was
as he should.
It's kind of a chintzy call. The Red Wings were out playing them the entire night too, and then
that's such a big goal though.
Mo Sider took a little chintzy one. Great job by Brady down low.
Just grinding down low. Look at that.
What the fuck was the goalie doing?
Well, kind of got to respect the shooter there.
I mean, look at that. That looks like me playing road hockey back in Port Hope there. Getting way out Talbot. Stay in your net there, fella. But
by the way, you got to just like the youth, what Ottawa did anyway. Like, you trade, what's his last name? Torres?
They traded Josh Norris.
Yeah. And you get in this young kid, another young guy that Brady Tkachuk's going to mentor and teach well. And I just think there's some good things going on.
Yeah, Brady was fucking upset when he got traded. I mean,
but now, he
realized you have to 2 seconds later.
Totally, this kid's a good kid.
After Cousins had 9 hits, he's like, I miss Norris. I like this guy too. Hey, you want to go for dinner tomorrow night? What do you want?
But this Cousins,
ball of red.
He'll do that though. He fights a little bit here and there. He does stuff.
Richie, I didn't know he had that in his game.
Yeah,
if he could bring that to the table, I am a Dylan Cousins fan.
No, trust me, he's a good player.
And we've all been traded to go in there. I mean, you've been traded at deadline twice.
Yeah.
It's got to be hard going into a new team. And like when I went to Tampa, I remember I was like, fuck, I got to get in the fight. I got to do something here.
You got to let the all on the line. Your first couple of games, first impressions are what lasts like a lifetime, right? They say that you have one chance at a good first impression. And what better way to show your teammates than to literally just put your body on the line?
9 hits?
And just not take too many dumb penalties. Because 9 hits, if you go out there going, I'm going to get 9 hits.
Yeah.
You're taking a minor for sure.
You're like, hey, there's still a puck on the ice.
Yeah.
Fucking no.
No, that's so true.
Keep it together. But.
That's so true. You want to play hard and do the right thing, but you don't want to be going the box the whole time. So, good for you, Dylan Cousins. The Ottawa Senators right now in a wild card spot, and like you said, Brady Tkachuk is taking over that city. I don't want to tell you fuckers I told you so, but I told all you people up there in Ottawa. Good on Brady. It's milk carton time here at Missin Curfew. I'm going to put myself on the milk carton. Obes, you dumb fuck, you're on the milk carton. I finished playing golf. Actually, with you at Big Canyon, and I found out about the Rantanen trade, and Kyle Conway was texting on the fellas' text, and this and that, and they got Rantanen, and I'm thinking, this is their guy, and half drunk, I go to DraftKings, I put a futures bet in on the Carolina Hurricanes to win the fucking Stanley Cup, and look at me now. They got Logan Stink oven. So, Obes, you're on the milk carton, and Kyle, I know you wanted to tag this as a Hurricanes fan, fella. You're putting the whole situation on the milk carton, aren't you?
Yeah, just a tough one for the Hurricanes, and it came out like yesterday that Rantanen had said, there's 4 teams I'll play for, and you're not one of them. To Rod, like on day 1, and that's just how Rod is just so well respected, and that just seemed like a pretty ballsy thing to say to a guy like that at a time like that. I think he was just pretty upset and maybe shocked about the trade, and maybe those were his first initial reactions. But definitely tough as a Hurricanes fan. We get Stanky Oven and a couple first rounders. We'll take those, but that's a tough turnaround for us.
The problem too, like that Natchez is only getting better too.
And I'll tell you what, Jack Drury is a fucking hell of a player.
Drew's a good player too.
Hell of a player.
That's what I mean. Like you gave up a lot of shit to take a swing at a guy that didn't fucking want to be there. Obviously,
I
just
thinking the GM. What's the GM's name? Kyle.
Fucking nerdbird.
Tulsky.
Yeah, he's a big old nerd. I mean, I don't know how he doesn't get fired.
This is a great move. Colorado looks
fucking great.
I'll tell you what, you got to give.
What's Nate just gonna have to get like 10 million?
Well, he's got another year on his deal too.
Yeah.
Well, that fucking
At 4.5.
yeah.
He's gonna obviously be in, but he's got another year.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the Carolina Hurricanes fans because they're some of the best fans in the league, and I love Rod the Bod. I just can't imagine getting traded there, sitting down to your coach and being like, "Oh, there's only 4 teams I want to play for, Rod. I don't know what to tell you here, bud." Well, if you're Rod, you say, "All right, go home."
No, you need him, and you got to get your value if you're going to trade him. But
I
just think it takes super balls.
Yeah, you can't just say, "Hey, Randon, go sit at home till we trade you again." No,
Because then everyone's like, "What's going on here?" Like,
But we used to have a segment called "Having Super Nuts," but to go in to tell your coach right off,
especially Rod, how jacked up he is.
yeah, but then maybe brutally honest, like you have to be sometimes in this game, or you're gonna be stuck somewhere. Like
I guess it worked out. He got fucking. He's
guys in Dallas now, just going to the strip clubs, no taxes. He's just
and nicking dams every night, or huh?
No, I'm jealous of the. I always wanted to pray.
in the what do they call it? The Champion Green or whatever. The fucking whatever. And Dallas is a great house. Great labels. 8 years in Dallas.
Yeah,
It's kind of shocking though. He got the same deal in Colorado.
you just move in beside Billy or Highland Park. There, go sit beside Billy Quinn. Live beside Billy. Yeah, I don't know, and like we'll see how he plays out. But we're talking about how good Nathan McKinnon is, and I'm comparing him to the best player on the planet right now. Connor, like. From what I saw in a short sample size in Carolina, Rantanen was not the same fucking player he was in Colorado. And I think that has to do with not playing with McKinnon. Like, McKinnon gave him so many looks. Can Wyatt Johnson and Jason Robertson do that? Probably. But, I mean, time will tell.
Yeah, Rantanen, I think, is going to be a good complementary player to that team. Left shot, Jamie Benn's getting a little older.
Yeah.
That's kind of, he's filling in and taking that sort of spot in the lineup for him moving forward.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, but then I also think Stank Oven had a ceiling that's not even reached yet.
Stank Oven.
He's a good player, but he's
not bringing the cup to five.
He's 5'9".
Yeah, he's not bringing the
He's a
cup
good
to
player, but
he's not bringing the cup to Raleigh, is he?
no.
I will say, in the chatter with all the fans is we have 2 first rounds. Let's see what, Tulsky does with that. So he could save his image, but
Hurricanes need to win now.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's like we took 2 steps back. It doesn't make any sense.
no, it doesn't.
And Natchez is going to be a fucking all-star every year for the next 5, 6, 7 years.
He's hitting high speed, like record high speeds in games. Like he's flying out there.
I look back thinking of that video when Randy came in the dressing room at Carolina and he's like shaking everyone's hands. And then like a month later, you're just like, this motherfucker was going in there just, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Get these cameras, turn these off. I don't want to be in here. I don't even want to tape my stick or put laces in my skates. You know that feeling? You're just like, oh, God.
Like, was the Rolex thing someone else's idea? Why would he do that?
Because he's rich.
It's just, that's why.
He's rich. He doesn't.
He's signing for fucking $100 million.
He doesn't give a fuck about that. But it's a really strange situation, and I don't know who. I blame the GM of the fucking Hurricanes, but what do I know here? But continuing on with the milk carton boys. Unfortunately, Jack Hughes is on the Missin Curfew milk carton. He's done for the year. We love this kid at Missin Curfew. Frosty has nothing but great things to say about him. You talk about Stank Oven being 5'9", like Uppy once again here. When I think about Jack Hughes, is just it was an awkward play, right? Ikes is going back checking, and his stick kind of gets caught, and Hughes goes fucking tumbling into the boards. But once again, we're talking about Jack Hughes being hurt. It's just like, is this going to follow him throughout his career? I hope it doesn't, but it's just he's undersized, and at times you're going to get hurt out there.
Yeah, he's as quick of a hockey player as anyone when you watch him live. His size isn't there, so in a long playoff run, is he as valuable to you as as he is throughout the regular season? He brings people out of their seats when he plays hockey, which is a beautiful thing. And these are just awkward moments that
whether he's 206 pounds or he's 185 pounds, you fall into the boards like that, you fucking shoulders in one.
Yeah, I don't care how big you are. That was awkward. And
It was off.
fat.
It has nothing to do with the size, right? You want that?
It's just unbelievably unlucky.
And Jack Eichel, like, they're boys. It was this, shitty fucking
You
moment.
see how bad Jack felt right there. He's like, no, fuck. He knows he's done.
And it was so lucky the way it happened. It was just not
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
It was so unlucky.
I'm just saying, like, even in the Four Nations, I know he was one of the youngest guys out there, but like watching him live in Montreal and then watching him in the final, like he did look undersized out there too, and like those boys were moving a little quicker than. But he's still young. He's still young.
He's still young. He's still learning how to play like that game too, and I think he'll do it. He's smart.
It just sucks too because the Devils have such a good team. Marky's coming back. We love Frosty. Like I like watching them play too. Like they made some great moves. Tom Fitzgerald's a beauty. Just sucks that this guy's not going to be able to compete down the stretch. And to me, it's good night for this.
Night, Jim Kite.
See you later. Like their second line center is Cody Glass now. Come on now.
I ain't gonna do it.
Ain't gonna get you. Ain't gonna get you out of the Metro, is it? Ain't gonna get you out of the fucking Metro. But moving on, boys. Kits Eye Care, presented by Kits. You've seen us, the fellas, rocking them. Now it's time to get yourself into the game. Kits is running a limited time first pair free offer for our Missin Curfew listeners. Use code Curfew to grab your free pair of prescription glasses or $38 off a pair of progressive glasses. You'll thank us later, fellas. Boys, this was last week. I had the Oilers money line. Evan Bouchard had a fucking horrendous game, but look at McDavid get around the horn here, and little baby sauce, booyah, corn dogs. I mean, obviously McDavid had his Kits eyewear on. I love how he takes his chin strap off right away too. It's such a National League move. But what a baby sauce. Give Bouchard credit for going to the net, but we talk about, he's the best player on the planet. Like, watch him just take this. I mean, great job by Draisaitl too, right?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Just ragging the puck.
Just ragging it. Look out, ref.
This is
The other way, ref.
This is a smart play by Bouchard. Yeah,
Right. Great play.
It's very smart. Little pick on two guys. Get himself open.
Not sure what Evans or Slokowski was doing there, but maybe they were tired.
We call this the old pick and roll here.
That is that, eh? Malone, Stockton and Malone. But look at that pass. That is the Kits eyewear. Like, what? That is just buttery and soft. Look at this. I could have buried that one. Say what you want about Bouchard. I could have fucking buried that one, boys. So, I mean, listen, when these guys get into overtime,
It's automatic.
it is fucking corn dogs, Jackie. What a play. Connor McDavid, best player in the world. The Kits eyewear dish of the week, boys. Last but not least, here at Missin Curfew, it's the NHL trade deadline, boys. Recap. Richie's a little fired up. We didn't do a fucking trade center show, eh? Rich, you wanted to do a trade center show, didn't you?
I didn't say. I just thought it'd be nice to have.
You wanted to do a trade center show, eh?
Talk about it as it's happening. You know what I mean?
I watched the TSN boys. They did a pretty good job, actually. O-Dog and
Fucking.
O-Dog was giving it to Mike Johnson a lot. Mike Johnson's a big analytics guy, and O-Dog is always true. Oh, I guess what does his numbers say, Johnny? And he's like, oh, well, his numbers aren't actually pretty good. O-Dog's like, I'm more of an eye test guy. So we talked about the Rantanen trade, boys. I want to talk to you about the Brad Marchand one. Obviously, late in the deadline. I was on my way to the ditch, and I think Kyle or someone put it in there, but Richie, you made a good point about the offer that they made to him. It's kind of, how did you say it?
It's like an offer without offering.
Yeah.
So he can say, hey, I offer him something, but he's not taking it.
Yeah.
He's not taking $3 million for 2 years. He's your captain. It was just to say, we offer him something. He didn't want it, so we had to move on. That's all it was. It was almost an invitation, if you will.
Yeah, invitation. I was shocked, and then to get him to go to Florida, it's a great fit. I mean, I can only imagine that we're going to see Bennett, Kachuk, and Marchand at one point. What did Murray say today? He said, we got some weird fucking dudes in that dressing room.
Scumbags.
Yeah, no, he said, we got some weird fucking dudes in that dressing room. It's unbelievable.
Where do you think the animosity was between Marchand and where was the disconnect? Was it with the GM? Was it with the ownership, or was it with like just moving forward plans? Like, where do you think it began? Because I feel like Marchand did a great job this year sticking up for like the Swayman stuff that went on, and then Pasternak getting ripped by everyone. He's like, with the media saying they're not friends, and he posted all the photos.
Yeah.
Like, was it over the course of Four Nations? Like,
Listen, I watched the Bruins play a ton this year because I did pick him at the start of the year to win the East. Good call, Obes. Wow, you're a fucker on the ball there. And listen, I love Brad Marchand. He played great in the Four Nations, but Father Time's undefeated. There's been a big dip in his game this year. And he's not the only one. And like the Swayman stuff at the start of the year, I thought was a huge distraction. But I
So you just think they're moving on?
I just think you got to be careful giving him, if he wants, I heard he wants $7 million. He wanted $7 million a year. Like, I don't know. It's a lot.
I'm not saying I wouldn't pay him 7 either, but if you probably could have said if you gave him 5, he probably would have thought about it instead.
Listen, I think he
That's
deserved
the
it
game
because
something he know he wouldn't take.
he's been underpaid his whole career, really. Like, what's he making this year? 6 point.
Yeah, that's his. He took the.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but he's kind of been a bargain for them this whole time that they've been successful. Maybe you give him a nice retirement package and give him the 3-year ticket, but he could come back. He might do the old "I'm coming back" in the offseason.
So he's a free agent at the end of the year. Yeah. He's in Florida, cup run, fucking with some guys that want to beat his head in. So it's absolutely fantastic for the game.
Yeah.
It's great. And the line of him, Sam, and Matty is going to be
awesome.
Time.
Please do it. Just put them together.
Imagine what they're going to do to Toronto if they play Toronto. Like, say, they're going to have against Marner.
They're going to bully those teams right
Oh, my
playoffs. You're going to be laughing in their faces.
I know it's up for Florida.
That's a great team.
I know. Heads up for. I mean, I just didn't think they could do it again 3 years in a row.
Look at the end. They had what's his face Jones on the back end. They did some good stuff.
Really good stuff. Really good stuff. I mean, the Atlantic's going to be a bloodbath to get out of. Tampa's good again. I thought, give Tree Living some love. I thought Brad Tree Living did a great job at deadline too. Scott Lawton and bringing in that Brandon Carlo to play with Morgan Riley. I think that's a great.
They needed that. They needed that
for 4 years.
Yeah, that's
Toronto and Edmonton needed.
That's what Edmonton needed.
I know.
That's the perfect guy they needed. Big, heavy.
Nugent Hopkins for Carlo.
Yeah, Carlo would have been unbelievable in Edmonton.
I would have done that deal in a second.
Fucking unbelievable,
right?
Jeff Skinner for Brandon Carlo would have been better, but yeah. Hey, Kyle, you're right. Fraser Minton did get traded to Boston in the Carlo deal for a first and a fourth. The Bruins got.
Yeah,
but Brandon Carlo uppy would have been the perfect guy to go in to help the Edmonton Oilers. Even I would have taken Luke Shen in Edmonton. And I thought Shovel Day Off did a great job in Winnipeg too, bringing in Shen and Brandon Tanev. I thought they got better.
Yeah.
And Chris McFarland. I've been hard on McFarland at times on this pod.
He killed it.
Fuck, my abs are back, babe. My abs are back. We go McKinnon, Nelson, Coyle, Drury down the pipe. As long as the big Russian train can stay out of trouble, we need him. We need him to stay out of trouble.
He's going to stay out of trouble. He needs to stay healthy now.
Can you look at their lineup?
Look at this. It's in a perfect world, if you could ever give me Landeskog instead of Drouin there, then we're
no kidding.
Then start the fucking parade route.
He's playing first line power.
Drouin's look at his numbers. Drouin's playing good though.
I know, but I don't love him 5-5. I don't love him. Parker Kelly's growing on me. I love Logan O'Connor, Ross Colton, Miles Wood's in there too.
Logan O'Connor's great.
Yeah, great player.
Oh yeah, these guys are good.
Yeah, and by the way, you take Malinsky out. EJ played last night. You thought he looked all right, a little rusty, but I think come playoff time, EJ will be that sixth defenseman there on the right side.
Good for him to come back there.
Yeah,
that's good on. That's great.
Look at that first. What that's a nice power play unit right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Big valve.
McFarland. Seth McFarland.
McFarland the GM.
Yeah. Good on him to bring back a guy like EJ. It's fucking smart.
I know. How great was that?
Yeah.
Boys love him.
Yes. You lose Rantanen. You lose a piece from that team. You got to bring someone in again.
Look at the moves. They got 2 goalies this year. Colorado's got 2 new goalies. Fucking 3 new centermen.
Yeah. Oh, I know. He's
just shy.
He's been running like a fantasy football fucking team. I expected. I mean,
is Miles Wood out of this lineup now?
No, Miles Wood played last night. Fucking cross-check Spencer Knight right in the chin. Right in the chin.
Where is he there, though? He's not on.
I don't know why he's not on there, but I would have...
He might be banged up.
I would have him in there ahead of that Parker Kelly. That's just my opinion.
I'd take him in there over Kibarantes, too.
I tell you what, he's having not a bad year, Kibarante, but you're not wrong about that either. But they have options now. I mean, they went from a team last year and even 2 years ago when Seattle beat them to where they had no depth. And last year they beat Winnipeg and then Dallas took them out. They got depth down the middle. Their D are good. They're as good as anyone. The problem with those is they're going to probably play Dallas in the first round. So it's going to be a blood.
I would love. That's going to be a great series.
It's going to be a bloodbath. Who else were the big winners in your opinion, boys? Was there anyone else that jumped out to the lads there?
Yeah, good point about Toronto. I thought they did great.
Yeah, it was a great trade deadline. I mean, there was deals coming in late. Those boys were scuffling early, but to me, the Avs were the big winner. Dallas will wait and see. And I love what Florida and Toronto did in Tampa. I think they all made great.
Tampa made a statement early, and it made all the other teams go fuck. I think what Tampa did a week before the deadline made every team like Florida go, okay, we got Seth Jones, we need match some toughness.
Yeah. And another thing about shout out to Chris McFarland, he got rid of Casey Middlestad over to Boston too, which I had just watched enough of his game.
Is Don Sweeney not going to get fired anytime soon, or?
I mean, I don't know.
What has he done? Nothing.
He's got, now he's got full rebuild mode going, right? We'll see what he can do with the picks he's got. But
and Middlestat's not the answer for the rebuild.
And then I saw a behind the scenes thing when I was talking to Richie about this over the weekend. The Blue Jackets, I guess, were in on a lot of trades but didn't get any. So they did Don Waddell, and they're talking about that Luke Cunning. He's like, hey, Mike, let me call you back. And he goes around this table again about Luke Cunning. He's like, the guy's like, well, I'm watching him here. He's buzzing. He's buzzing on the PK. He's buzzing. So they got a deal done. He's like, at least we got one done. So way to go, Don. Way to get Luke Cunning. He's a good player.
Yeah.
But it was
a guy, too.
It was just funny to hear them talking about, Luke Cunning, like, let me ask the boys one more time. Like, you don't know what, I like Luke Cunning's game, but like, we all know what he is. So,
yeah.
Great trade deadline. Richie, love having you in the studio. Updog, always a pleasure. Thank you to Hall Pass Media, Kyle Conway, Max, Ice Pick Pickup. That was Missin Curfew.
Fellas.